Hey, don't you give me that.
Mic's on.
Give me
Oh, is this on?
There we go. Oh, my God.
Woo! What is up, everybody? Welcome in to the pregame show. I'm telling you guys, you don't know how good you have it until it's taken from you.
I know. We feel the same way. Actually, for us, we don't know how good we had it, and then it was taken from us. We didn't realize how great it was.
You bite your tongue. Even if you feel it, you bite your tongue on that.
talking about Bol Bol.
Yeah, I was talking about Bol Bol.
Yeah, Bol Bol, he's back. We got a great show for you guys tonight. I got Brendan Vogt in the house.
How are we doing, fellas? What could possibly go wrong? Another night watching the Nuggets. Nothing can hurt me. Let's have fun.
Yeah, here we go. We got D-line.
That's right. Still pretty raw from what I've experienced over the last several days from the Denver Nuggets. I've been using Twitter to try and soothe my feelings. It hasn't worked that well. I'm hoping we win tonight.
A wise man once said, "The darkest hours right before the dawn."
On Twitter.
It was Bob Dylan who said this. Over here, I got Superstar Dev.
Yeah, I mean, we're tired of feeling it as a whole unit. Everybody in Nuggets Nation is tired of feeling this. So it's time to get on the right track. Today is a day that you better win because this is going to start a streak of sorts.
Well, we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about the homestand. We're obviously going to talk about tonight because tonight's game has a lot of notes, a lot of game notes tonight we'll get into. We're also going to talk about Bol Bol, guys. He's back. He's back.
I missed him.
Yeah, I missed him as well.
Guess and then also back.
Who's back?
Adam is back.
I'm back. Me and Bol. Me and Bol. We're both back. And then, of course, we're going to make some money at the end of the night tonight. Money to be had. We're going to try to grab some of it. First, we're presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. We're also presented by Lightshade. To be honest, not sure who I'm supposed to say we're presented by. I
was going to ask you. Yeah, I keep
we're
getting
really
confused.
Not sure. I keep
is it
mixed
Lightshade?
Signals too. Anyway, we like both of them. Guys, Portland Trailblazers are in the house for the first of 6 home games in a row for the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets get to spend like 11 days here in the city of Denver. I'm very excited for them. I'm very excited for us. Do you want to read off the game notes?
Sure, I got the game notes. Real quick, Dev, what's your favorite Bob Dylan song?
Who?
Okay, game notes. Michael Malone on Bol Bol. He was asked, like, what's the...
Boots of Spanish leather if you were going to run the table.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful song.
To be funny, you could do the same thing to me, and I'd be like...
You don't have a favorite Dylan song?
I couldn't name one.
Everybody in the chat, share us your favorite Dylan song.
You didn't even know?
No.
I would say like a Rolling Stone, because that's literally the
only one you know.
Can conjure.
You know, but can I tell you guys something to appreciate? I haven't forced Bob Dylan on you. You guys don't like it? It's fine.
That's true.
I'm
I've
telling
noticed
you.
that.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
What does that mean?
I'm not
I'm not a Bob Dylan evangelist.
What do you mean you haven't forced it on us? Like
I'm saying
tie
like
us down and make us listen to.
I could be constantly sending you like, guys, check out this song.
I'd be like,
and really think about what he's saying.
Let me check cue that right up. Anyway, go ahead.
Malone was asked what the playbook is here for Bol Bol, who was gone. He's coming back. Malone said, "You welcome him back. It is what it is.
Yeah.
He left here on good terms. We all had good conversations with him. We feel he is healthy. You feel bad for Bol and Rodney, but you move on."
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a lot of reflection on this season.
There was in the pregame.
Malone said that he's recently talked to his staff, and at one point he said to them, "What season was harder? The bubble last year or this season?" Right? And they've all been challenging in their own right.
This is how lame I am. Like when I saw him talk about that, I was like, man, that's a great topic.
I know.
What season sucked the worst? Was it the bubble guys? Was it last year? Is this year worse?
Let's talk about our least favorite players, our least favorite sports, and what makes us sad.
For the record, I honestly do think it's this year for Michael Malone.
no
for
question.
him specifically.
It sounded
not
like
even
it.
a little bit of a question.
Yeah.
It sounded like it, and he went on to say that the hardest thing for me this year is not knowing who is available on any given day.
Right.
And that's coach or staff, as my voice cracks there.
Right.
And so...
Popeye's still in L.A.
Popeye's still in L.A. So one day at a time has been the mantra for Malone, and I really think it's probably the only perspective you can have and stay sane right now as a player or coach.
Can I tell you, we also sometimes forget the human or the experience aspect of this. I'm telling you guys, you enter quarantine. Most people have had COVID or had to go to quarantine at some point. Obviously, I'm coming off it, so I have fresh motions from it. It's like the world keeps going and you're stuck. Like we just joked, Popeye's still in L.A. That was a while ago, and he's still there. The world keeps moving. And he's just in his room. And it's like, you think about that. It's like, yeah, it sucks, man.
That was during quarantine when nothing was happening. And you would walk outside and you're like, world's not turning.
Exactly.
It is different when you go outside and you're like, God damn it.
I'm just missing everything. Everything's happening. You're
come
alone.
back, Kale's been fired. Like you're like, what happened? You're like, dude, things.
People are telling inside jokes you don't even get. You're like, what does that mean?
Yeah, we're like,
Yeah,
Dev, it's
you
a bit
missed
of a
it.
warbler, if you know what I mean.
That's so dumb.
We also talked with
Warblers are
Malone
son of
about
birds, so, I mean, let's come on.
the splits between the first half and the second half. And he noted, look, the defense is pretty consistent, middle of the pack, either way. But on offense, they go from the number 2 ranked offense to the number 28th ranked offense. And he noted a couple factors why. Obviously, the 3-point shooting goes way down, the turnovers go way up. But he also noted that the quality of shots are dropping off as well, which, look, that jives with just about anyone's eye test if you watched the game. So, and then he also pointed out the Nuggets haven't outscored their opponent in the second half since December 4th versus the Knicks, or in 17 games.
Isn't that wild?
Malone
that
called
is
it a sobering stat. I had a slightly different adjective in mind, but
It's a stack that makes you want to get drunk.
I was gonna say I think it's a drunk stat. That's what it is.
yeah. So it's been a bummer. The second half has been an adventure for Malone and the team. By the way, Will Barton and Marcus Howard are back tonight.
Crazy,
guys.
man.
Dude,
Marcus
Marcus
Howard
Howard?
with a gnarly knee sprain that I kept waiting to see that get upgraded to something worse structurally. It never did, and he's back. He is available. Will Barton is also back out of health and safety protocol. He is, I assume, tested out. And then JaMychal Green is out tonight, guys. Personal reasons, late scratch. On the Portland side of things, Cody Zeller's out. Damian Lillard out.
Zeller out, low-key big. I didn't realize he was also out.
Is
that are
Anthony
out.
Simons out?
Simons
as well?
is out.
Simons is out.
Simons.
McCollum is out. Larry Nance is out. Norman Powell is
Larry
out.
Nance is out too?
Yes.
Everybody is
Man, I
out.
thought there was like 5 guys. There's like 7 guys. I didn't realize Nance was out too. All right, I'm go ahead and go say this. If Denver lost this one, it would be the worst loss in the history of the Denver
franchise
Nuggets.
history. That's what I was
Franchise
thinking.
history.
It would be
just
the
had
most
it.
embarrassing thing of all time.
I'm not weighing in on this topic.
Oh my! Then it would be against Portland.
saying-
That would like
Dev-
make it.
It
a
would
little bit
literally
more-
be like
Then
if
it would be
only
against
Nurkic beat
Chauncey.
you.
It
Can
would
I
be a
ask-
lot of things that would just.
Can I ask a personal favor of both of you to shut the F up? Like, just stop laying it on so thick with this. I think we all feel it, but all the same, let's keep the vibes, the air clear.
Look, the Nuggets need a get-right game after that last game. So this is the definition of a get-right game. Eric and I were talking about this earlier about can you feel good if you get the win here? And I said, yeah, of course you can. As long as it's not a squeaker, as long as like you can also win this one ugly where it's like nothing happened well. They just were so bad they couldn't take advantage of how bad you were. But, tonight could be a Bones get-right-back game. The team desperately needs him. This could be a ball is popping game. This could be a second half you win by 20 points game. Like there's a lot of things that can happen. That's why it's a get-right game. And the Nuggets, I hope in the post-game show we're talking about how this felt like a true get-right moment, feel-good moment.
Yeah, I feel like the Nuggets have to come out and really like just bounce back completely. I feel like with just the way that the last game went, there's no way that you come out and you don't come out with a fire. Even though it's a bad team, you want to get that bad taste out of your mouth. And also you want your guys, especially like guard play and things like that, to actually be able to play well. So I would expect to see those guys that are late on the bench because you want to make a statement so early on. And I expect there to be a lot of Jokic in the first half and also just other guys getting involved.
Yeah.
But this is also another spot where, we've been looking at these last games and it just feels like it's all Jokic. Jokic is the only one that could get anything going. This is where you try to get everyone else back into some type of, rhythm or some type of just kick-starting the rest of the year. So I just expect them to just come off and just blow them out.
If you could have one guy tonight that has a feel-good game, who would it be?
Get the right answer.
I would
Get
say
it right.
Facu.
No, it's Bones.
No, it is Bones. The only reason I say Facu is because
It's wrong.
it's wrong. But also just last game, like he played so bad that he needs a spot. And also
Yeah.
I feel like if Facu plays like extremely well where everyone's saying he played well, I feel like that means that the starters did not have to play that long.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the right answer is Bones. It is Bones. But me personally, I feel like Facu would be the person.
Well, it's Bones for me because right now your best bet at a different look with the second unit is the ball in Bones' hands more, Bones playing more. So I think it has to be Bones. I love Facu, but the highest ceiling for that second unit is one where he's realized or something closer to it, or at the very least empowered. So he is the guy that I would like to see get right more than anyone.
Funniest would be Bol.
Don't think
Bol
he's
just
getting
has a
in there.
breakout game tonight. It's
Yo.
incredible.
Is he available?
I have no idea. Probably not. It doesn't matter.
And then I don't know how important this one is, but I just want to note, like, Austin Rivers went from hero to zero in real quick in Denver fans' eyes. So it would be nice to see him play well again, because when he plays poorly, it's so bad. But there have been multiple games off the bench where he's looked like actually one of their better pieces to me. So I would like to see him turn it around. Don't love him with the starters so much. Whatever, everyone gets the Austin
I think
thing.
Facu's a good answer, though. I mean, I think the answer is Bones, but I think Facu is a good answer as well, because honestly, like, when he's good, the Nuggets are good, and when he's bad, like when he's really bad, it's such an anchor. So to me, him getting a bit of rhythm and really the team, more than anything, him getting that second unit organized, could be good.
Definitely, but like the Nuggets need
I said you were
scoring.
right.
They need scoring.
Yeah.
Right? Like they need another scorer more than anything. Like both can get right. Like Facu just needs to be a facilitator, but we need dudes to knock goddamn shots down. Like it's so frustrating.
Very true.
When and the other things, we have Will Barton back, so this could be a Will Barton game. We just need any scorers to show up and score.
Okay. Guys, let's get into the homestand. Oh, by the way, last quick note here. Michael Malone did have my favorite buzzword on the bingo card. He did say that at last game, very disappointing, emotionally draining, but in times like that, you just got to hug everybody. I just love it. He's always talking about the hugs he's getting.
I have to say, I audited that call. I was in the room. I heard it.
What'd you
typically,
think?
I'm not apprised of these things. He sounded very much like the last loss hit him hard and like made him kind of look in the mirror. And I am actually very happy about that, because this is the lowest I felt about Michael Malone probably in his entire tenure, like the last week or so. I mean, I'm like,
you're a Malonesman, man.
I'm a well-known Malone stan, just because I really like how he's handled like our top end talent, and like really not giving anybody a pass, made everybody sort of earn their keep, and we've seen it pay dividends, like as far as like confidence growing, whatever. But the knock on Malone always has been, even for me, is just that his in-game management is not his strength. And when the margin for error has been so low of late, where you just have to absolutely push all of the right buttons, because it's just like a puzzle more than it is a management of egos like it normally is, like he's not doing well.
Yeah.
And he's getting frustrated, and he's like making points that are costing us games, just to make sure that the players understand that to know that he's frustrated, which to me is like not where to me it sounds like he's getting burnt out. So I like, he sounded refreshed. He sounded contemplative. He sounded like he was just sort of like taking in the larger picture. So I was really happy to hear it.
Let's talk about the homestand here, because I think one thing that can help center anybody, it's funny, we talked about this season and like Jokic, can he manage his stress? I do think Malone is might be the guy most affected by this season and the schedule. But the 6-game homestand really does provide the best opportunity for a get right here. And I want to talk about it and what the Nuggets need to do. So just to kind of run through this here real quick, guys, they've got Portland tonight. They've got the Lakers on Saturday. Lakers are reeling. The Lakers are really reeling right now. But they also might just not be a very good team. Then you've got Utah on the 16th. By the way, Utah also reeling right now. I don't know if you guys noticed this. Utah passed right now by Memphis in the standings. Utah's 4th in the West right now, and they've lost a handful of games lately. Vibe's not great there. You get the Clippers. That's a revenge game. By the way, you get 3 days off heading into that Clippers game. So Jazz are on a back-to-back. We'll be there. Party bus going to be a good time. Then you got Memphis, the darlings of the NBA right now, and then you have Detroit. I'm going to go ahead and say that the Detroit game and the Portland game to me are as close to gimmies as you can get at this stage of the season.
It'll come down to the last minute.
So it'll come down to the last minute. Then you look at this and you go, all right, Lakers, Jazz, Clippers, Memphis. Clippers are not that good. Denver has revenge on their mind. I hope that's another one. I'll start with you, Vogt. What does Denver need to go on this homestand for you to feel good about it?
6 games, right? 4 wins at bare minimum. I would be greedy and say 6. I'm not expecting
6,
it.
bro.
I mean, the Utah ones especially.
I think Memphis is the one especially.
Actually, that's a good point. With the way they're playing, that's a really good
Utah
point.
is a back-to-back, though, so.
Yeah, but I think, look, 4 I think you need. But if you can make up for some of those terrible, inexcusable losses, one short streak would be great, and this is your spot.
It's true. Like every season, every team is gifted improbable wins and has unthinkable losses stolen from them. And I don't believe we'd have had any improbable wins.
The Miami ones, you could argue, depending the first one at least. Yeah.
The most important one, by the way, is the Utah one.
Yeah, we need to steal it from the clutches.
No,
of
we
defeat.
have a fucking party bus going.
Oh yeah, but for us personally, we're gonna
Who
help.
gives a shit?
We're bringing the vibes. That's
We
why
are
Denver's gonna
bringing
win
the
that
vibes.
one. Dev, walk me through the games you expect Denver to win.
I expect Denver to win.
Portland,
For sure.
Lakers?
Yes, I think they're going to beat the Lakers.
Utah.
Let's go.
Second night of a
Oh
back-to-back.
no, is Rudy Gay back? I mean Rudy Gobert. Back?
I don't know that. I don't know
Doesn't
if
matter.
it'll
We
be.
bringing a party bus.
Yes, second night of a back-to-back.
All right.
No.
Oh no. Okay, Clippers.
You bastard.
Yes.
I think they got to smack up the Clippers, or
They
else
have
it's a
to.
real problem. Memphis,
No.
Detroit.
Yes.
So you 4-2.
4-2.
I think 4-2 is par. I think it's neither good nor bad.
But also, this is like, we say it's like an important like piece of the season just because it's a 6-game homestand. But all of these teams are right in the mix. They're right there. And also, like, winning these games actually like can catapult you or drop you down in the standings. So if you take those losses to if you take one loss to one of these other like teams that you're not supposed to lose to, that drops you down even more. You've already taken a loss to the Clippers that you shouldn't have got. You can't take two of them.
Right.
So you have to go into each one of those as like a playoff game because really it has playoff implications. So I think that the Utah game is like the toughest one. It's the second night of a back-to-back, and you just played the Lakers, which I expect them to just go all out in. So maybe that's one that they kind of punt, but everything else, it actually matters. So you have to go after every single win, and the Memphis one is very important. That's really a playoff type game.
No.
Yeah. It's like you just hope that something like what happened in the last game causes everybody to sort of step back and like use it as a chance to be like, all right, we're kind of flying around a little loose here, like we're not really taking things as seriously as we need to.
Right.
So hopefully it becomes a teaching moment and we actually grow from it.
I really hope that's the case. I'll say this: the record, whatever. I mean, not whatever. I do think like 3-3 would be a disappointing record over this homestand, but 4-2, whatever. I really think that the team needs to get right.
Yeah.
The Nuggets haven't looked right,
Yeah.
really since the Knicks game. I think that might have been the last game where you're kind of like, man, you know what? This is exciting. There's something here. It was the Knicks game that Malone referenced. So just playing some basketball, whatever the record may be, where Bones Highland looks like the guy we were all so excited about, at the start of the season, that he gets back to playing that. We definitely need a Bones game. Barton starts to, let's be honest, Barton hasn't looked very good for the last 30 games or so. You want Aaron Gordon to start to get a little bit of pop. You just
The
want
second half to look different.
The
That's
second
my
half,
top thing.
Zeke Naji. So all these things, when you're on a homestand, you want to start to see all the things you feel good about. And being at home for so long provides that opportunity where it's 10% more likely to happen every single night that you walk in the building. So I hope and tonight I actually do think we can learn some things from tonight's game. Namely, are the Nuggets sort of wallowing in what happened to them in this last game, or are they sort of through it and maybe more like the team that had won 2.5 games in a row?
And the ultimate lesson to be learned tonight: is it worth following basketball?
Is it worth it? Is it
Are
worth
we
it?
wasting our time?
Yeah. Could we have done something? We could have learned how to play like the piano or the trombone or something.
Should I become a full-time Avs guy?
like,
That's
read a
what we're going to
book
learn
even, or
tonight.
not?
Full guy, Avs guy. Guys, Bol Bol traded to Detroit. They do some image scanning, I guess, or they do something with the medical, comes back. There's like, no, trade is off. Rodney Magruder back. Here's what I'll give you my quick thoughts here. I saw some quotes out of Detroit today that was like a lot of play. Isaiah Stewart talking about how much he loves Rodney Magruder and how much he's excited for him to be back. That's my vet. Rodney Magruder himself, like, I'm excited to be here. My thought was, it's weird when you see that from one side.
Yeah,
And not the other?
the flip side is that Bol Bol deactivated his Twitter account.
Yeah, the flip side of that is Bol Bol. It's like, I better not interact with anybody in the world. What do you make of this, Dev?
I just think that it's like a really, really rough spot to be in for Bol Bol. Like, really,
It is.
throughout his whole tenure. Like, I feel like there's like karma and there's things that you put out in the world, so it kind of comes back onto you. So like, if you work hard, things come back to you. I haven't really felt bad for him. This one I actually did feel bad because this was his one chance. This was his opportunity to like prove himself, to be in a spot where it looked like he was wanted, and he will be able to get a chance to play. Like, Detroit was the perfect landing spot for a player like Bol Bol who just really needs an opportunity and a chance. For them to say it was health, I know that threw him off because he's like, I feel healthy. I've been playing. I have not been on any of the reports as being unhealthy. So for it to come back for health, I know that threw him off, but also now you have to look at the future. What other team is now going to want to take a chance on a guy that they're saying is unhealthy, and he's saying, well, I'm fine. So now it's just like, okay, your team didn't want you, that you were drafted from. The team that was a perfect spot for you doesn't want you. We're not going to take a flyer on that.
By the way, this apparently, did you guys see DeMontis Monteunas's tweet today? Apparently this happened to him, and it's funny because Demo used to be one of my favorites back in 2015. I love the guy. He could post. He had great footwork. And he's saying hey, the Pistons did this to me. All of a sudden I'm red marked. Nobody wants to take a flyer on me. It ruined my career. Maybe, honestly, I feel for Bol in this way too, in that, do you see him getting traded now? Some other team going to step up and trade for him?
Well, they're going to have a longer list of questions than they did 2 days ago, right? And our guy Keith Smith tweeted this out, by the way. The Detroit Pistons have been involved in 3 of the last 5 voided trades in the NBA.
Wow.
Now, the third is Sean Elliott, and that's all the way back in 1994. But
yeah, voided trades are not a common thing.
Sure, but this is something Detroit has done. So there is some precedent on their side. I am not necessarily saying I know the Monteunas thing is what happened, but there's some precedent here, so that's interesting.
It's really weird. I think Bol Bol is now here to stay. I just honestly, first of all, Detroit, there's only a handful of teams you could say make even sense for them to take a flyer on Bol. They're one of them. Houston, maybe Orlando. I don't know that there's a ton of teams that, maybe Sacramento. I don't know. So now I look at that and I go, man, I just feels like the cards are stacked against him being moved, and he probably is going to have to finish out the year in Denver.
Just the contract expires, and then we'll see what happens.
Or gets bought out or something. We'll see. You fill up for Tim Conley. You take this to the Cronkies, and the Cronkies are like, hey, what's going on here? It's like, hey, man, we had a trade. I don't know what to tell you.
What does Malone? Does Malone bother with a text here?
Probably.
Good to have you back, Bol.
Good to have you back.
Always
What I would
you.
do in this situation is I would just blame the other side the entire time. Hey, I don't know why they traded you. I think they just wanted you to play, but I had nothing to do with it.
Right.
You got to try to put someone, pin it on someone else. Someone has to be the fall guy.
We're so far beyond
and
that.
And also, he's like, man, it was, he went left on good terms. I guarantee Bol was like, I'm out of here.
Oh, for sure.
See you in hell, suckers. I'm then, 3 days later.
Flick everyone else off on your way off.
Here's the thing. Yeah, apparently.
I'm better than you. Then you got to come back into the locker room well,
so
shout out
awkward,
to you guys on the opposite team.
That's
the locker room.
really
Never
awkward.
forget Nick Young in slides wheeling a 50-inch screen TV out of Ball, never to be seen again. Carries it over his head.
You guys, my
fun
favorite
week.
time here. It's time to make some money on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Dev, why don't you open it up here and give me some winners?
Let's do our
Nuggets
thing.
are favored by 11.5.
Yep. So
the team that just blew that lead is favored by 11 points.
So the game started at 7, and then all of the news just kept on coming out more and more and more, which is pretty wild for them to go up to 11.5. Does anyone feel comfortable about 11.5 with this team? I just feel like there's no lead that's too high. I think that they're going to blow this team out. I would not touch this at all. I wouldn't even get close to it. 11.5, I can see it happening, but I wouldn't be shocked if it didn't. So I'm going to stay away from that.
I think Nuggets win by 30 tonight.
Yeah, and they should.
They can play terrible. I think they should win by 30.
Yeah. So then you go over to the over-under, which this tells you exactly what we're going to bet today. Eric, what are we going to bet today with the over-under at 210?
Yeah.
We're going to bet the under.
We're going to go under, and not only under, we're going to put an M on it. We're going to bet the munder.
We're betting
Man,
the
I was
under
going to say, I'm not
today.
taking the under for both points because I could see Denver going off.
No,
But
we're
I'll tell
talking
you what.
about Portland.
Yeah, the
Under
Munder
100.
bet plus 100.
Yes.
What?
Plus 100.
I'm going so big on this
I
Munder.
gave the Munder
I haven't
bet
made a bet
out
this big for a
on
while.
Bets today. The Munder bet.
My God, Nuggets, please.
Here's the thing.
If I'm wrong on this, I deserve to lose.
Portland can't
10
defend
units.
Denver. Portland, even Facu penetrates that defense. Now, maybe it's better with Damon CJ out. I don't know. That's a joke. But I think there is a chance that Denver puts up a lot of points on this Portland team.
Yeah, and then if you look at their lines, their highest is going to be Ben McLemore and also Yusuf Nurkic. They also have Dennis Smith Jr. at 14.5.
Yeah, that's
those
their
are
starter.
the guys that are scoring for them, like I just don't see them scoring 100 points. So I really do like the under. I'm going to follow
I
Eric
like the under. Yeah.
on this one. The under.
Munder.
Not so much the under. Whatever
Okay.
the Nuggets over-under is, probably take the high on that, actually. Whatever the team
The
total.
over, yeah,
The
probably.
team total on points, because everybody should be able to score, and everybody needs to score. So I think this is going to be a big Jokic assist game. I really don't think that he's going to try to score as much. He knows he's been carrying the scoring load. He also knows that, hey, everybody else needs to finally score the ball. Everybody else needs to try to get themselves going, because this is a bad team. But against good teams, he's going to need them to score. So I am going to look over at Jokic assists.
7.5.
7.5. I'm going to take
like
the
it.
over
I like
on that.
it.
I just think that
You know, another
they're gonna get
reason that
involved.
might happen tonight, you get Jeff Green back in the starting. This is back to the original starting lineup, or that they've had since MPJ went down. I like it. I think that's a good lineup for Jokic assists.
Yep. So then we get over to guard play. I feel like Jokic is going to be very, very excited to have Will Barton back. I think Will Barton's going to be excited to get back. I think that he's just been playing a whole lot of minutes. He gets a day of rest. He feels like the team desperately needs him to at least just take shots. They need some type of offensive, firepower when Jokic is not on the floor and just not Jokic. So I think this is a Will Barton game. We also know he has those Portland ties. I don't care as much about that as he's finally back. So I'm going to go points, rebounds, and assists for Will Barton, and it
Interesting.
is at 23.5.
Okay.
I really, really like that. Actually,
Yeah, I
I'm
can
going to
see
make
that.
that my lock.
That's a lock.
Wow, a lock. All right, I wasn't going to bet it with you, but it's a lock, so I'm in.
I've got an SGP to play also.
Do you have any other ones? Do you have any other ones?
Nope, not that I feel like really confident in.
I have a vibes one that I don't. Again, I do this every time. I'm just like wanting to pick up the vibes. We have a little Bones. Actually, they don't have Bones Highland threes. It's
You
not
guys know
listed.
something
Dude,
good
That's
though?
what I wanted. I
Your
wanted a
vibes
guard.
picks are
Sirens
terrible.
on Colfax. And lights
Sirens
too.
on Colfax. Oh, right here. It's that.
Here, that's a
Oh,
good
my
sign.
goodness.
Sick. Here's my same game
All
parlay.
right, I'm
Ready?
getting in on it.
Same game parlay. 7 picks.
Oh
What?
my God, this is going to be terrible.
You are a madman.
7 picks.
Okay.
All right. First and foremost, Denver Nuggets money line.
Okay, yeah, that really bumped my odds up.
What a
Okay,
juicer.
Aaron Gordon over 11.5 points.
I like it.
I like
I
that.
like it. I think Aaron Gordon's back.
He absolutely played lights out last game.
Yeah, he's back. He's back.
Nikola Jokic, 1 3-pointer.
Okay.
He shoots an average of 6 threes against Yusuf Nurkic every time they play.
All right, I'm with it.
Research.
Monte Morris,
Yeah, research,
1
wow.
3-pointer. He makes a 3-pointer every game.
I like everything you're saying
All right,
so far.
this feels
ready-
like I
ready-
couldn't
ready to lose
possibly
your mind?
lose.
Yeah.
Over 1.5 rebounds.
Say it.
Facundo Campazzo.
All right now.
I see this game being sloppy, ugly, a lot of missed shots, a lot of long rebounds. Facu was going to
Okay.
run out, clean
Yeah,
this
I like
up. He'll
that.
get 2.
I like where your head's
Nikola Jokic, 20 points.
Okay.
And
Finally.
Nikola Jokic, over 10.5 rebounds. All told,
10.5, huh?
7 of those get you still only plus 390 because every one of those is going to hit.
Rebounds was 10.5.
10.5. Every one of these is going to hit.
So I got plus 360. Huh?
Yeah, baby.
All righty, let's do it. I'm in. Whatever. Feels like a can't miss parlay.
It's a can't miss parlay.
I can't
Can't
believe
miss.
you.
There's also there
Can't
is a
miss with 7 legs.
For sure this will all.
but
happen.
these are this is the
You
lowest.
are right.
Like
They're all
these
likely.
are like, will Jokic dribble the basketball? Yes.
You know what you don't have though that would have really spiced that up?
spice it for me, baby.
Jokic one steal.
I
You're
know.
playing against a group that doesn't know
listen,
how to play together with Dennis
there's
Smith
gonna be some
Jr.
steals
There's
in
going to
this.
be
There's gonna
so
be
many turnovers. He'll just pick up one.
So bet it.
I already made the bet. I feel ashamed. All right, guys. Nuggets back in Denver. I'm excited for it. You know what? We're picking up the vibe.
Whoa,
Sirens on
whoa,
Colfax.
whoa.
Bets are coming in.
Dude, that's gonna be our
we got the
we got
what's the
jock
song
jams
called?
on in the background.
Jock jams are going. Like, oh my god. We'll see you
Patriots.
right back here after the game, guys.
Let's go.
Let's go. Eat 'em all Nuggets.